Sister, hast thou said your prayers?
Indeed, thou knowst I say them constantly in fear of Johann's nervous temperament.
Thou dost know that the one they do call Johann, your accent has not yet left you after you have
Indeed, in the Netherlands we pronounce it Johann.
Ah, the Netherlands, a weak country surely, but thou art in the land of Christians and Christian kings. And as such, we must serve a noble Christian who may not be king, though a duke. Noble Johann does treat us as well as any man may when he hath a nunnery outside of his own castle walls.
Indeed. We are very fortunate to be such sweet nuns under the protection of a strong duke.
And as such, you must say your prayers. For though Johann be stern and ravenous, as it is, he is one to respect, and thus deserves our prayers as we are good Christian women.
I know thou speakest truth, but I cannot lie. I fear his nervous and bewildering temperament.
Such nervousness does manifest itself in odd fits and starts. Pray you, did you see that monk go by?
I did. Dost thou know that monk?
Such monks are not to set foot inside of a nunnery, and he would know, if he were a good English Christian, that such a thing is uncouth.
Well, thou knowest that Johann
Thou hast done well, sister.
puts great stock and pride in his monks and allows his own personal monk assistant free range of the entire dukedom.
If I do speak ill of our duke, and I rarely do so, for I am a good Christian sister, I would say that he doth bring many vile ways into this country when it comes to the encroaching monk infestation.
I remember the days of my youth when a nun could walk the street without fear of a monk.
And now the nunnery is besought with monks. They practically climb the walls, looking like giant potato bugs.
It's a wonder that his wife, Janessa, does not seek counsel with him over this, for any lady of good breeding knows that monks are not to wander about among the gentler sex.
But Lady Janessa is her husband's bride, and as such she has sworn fealty to him in marriage and as ruler of the region, as do we, though our marriage be with God. And as such, his ravenous monk does stalk the town, Friar Bertrand.
Oh, I dare not speak his name, for 'tis a legend, if you speak it thrice he shall appear.
Friar Bertrand.
Say it not once more, sister.
I will not entertain such foolish thoughts. Thou art young still, but thou shalt know that there is nothing to fear except the wrath of Satan. Friar Bertrand knows that there is no reason.
Friar Bertrand? Why stand you there in silence, like a ghost come to haunt these sisters in their prayers?
I say there is something unnatural about these monks.
I finished praying.
As have I.
Come, let us to weaving.
Shall we feast again, good lord?
Always with feasts. And yes, I shall have.
Yes, we shall feast again.
Bring me a
Let
soup
the
of
wine flow, let the beasts be spigoted, and we shall burn them and then feast upon their flesh. Many a good year have we spent on the field of battle, my Duke, and now we shall reap the benefits of that reward. Let us feast before your people.
Though
they are sickly and weak, we shall feast.
Thank thee, sir.
Nay, get my lord a horn, boy.
I think a stoup would be fine, but I will take a horn.
Nay, sir, thou art Duke. This is not enough for thee. A horn, a mighty horn.
Ooh, with metal.
And we shall feast upon this bull's balls later.
No. Nay, sir, I will have none of that. Take this drink.
I shall take it, for I know not to spoil wine.
No, nay. Never for spoiling wine is a sin, as the fathers do say.
Aye, and they do say much. They are like gnats, constantly around, yet uninvited.
Nay, they have come at my beckoning. For too long have these lands been plagued by disloyalty and dishonesty. And when my fathers, men were good to their word, and thus always honest to point. But now, one cannot belie or betrust any man nor woman, may they be made of same dust and bone. Nay, I trust men of God, for it is they who have the purity of knowledge. Bring me another stoup of wine.
Aye, sir, I shall be like that.
I do greet thee, my lords.
Good friar, that thou hast startled us with thy shadowy visage.
He come like Christ, a thief in the night, draped in shadows and what not.
You must mistake my Lord Christ for a thief, for he is not a thief, he is a carpenter.
Yea, though I spent much of my youth, not in a monastery, but on the fields of battle, I do recall he shall come like a thief in the night. Odd that a drunk duke should know more about such things than a very scary monk.
And your answer, good monk, to this proposition, that the Lord is but a thief in the night?
Nay, I would have every man turn inward and look into his heart for the answer. For what I may say may turn no minds. It is only for the mind to turn toward the light.
And this is the wisdom I seek for my lands.
My lord, perhaps you will give up wine, for excess of it will turn your soul.
Yea, there is wisdom in this. Let us not fill our bellies on wine, for there are pigs and goats and bulls' balls to digest upon.
Not with the balls.
I shall get the oysters shortly.
Nay, on the oysters. Never mind. Thank thee for thy countenance, good father, that thou have come to my lands, and you with your brotherhood have kept us here honest and good.
Nay, indeed, my virtuous counsel is what I bring to you.
Yes, and it is that I seek, that I should remove myself from these earthly bonds, as you would say. Give up the joys of drink and meat, perhaps. Mayhaps even find within a solitude and privation a truth of life.
Indeed, there is great solace to be found by turning in.
Aye.
And forsaking that decadent lifestyle of outside world.
Aye, that I had lived in the outside world most of my life, good father. That I had seen combat upon the field and slain other men. Thus they be men of foreign lands, so thus their souls are not unto par. But, nevertheless, have I spilled blood.
Indeed, by Christian God, 'tis a sin.
Aye. And I worry for my soul, father, that these unclean hands might lead me into fiery tempests.
You have made a right choice to come to me and seek such counsel. I would have you guide your people to follow as you would.
Yes.
And to see such principles as I would bring.
Yes, father, there is wisdom in your words. Come and praise me, man of the cloth, and I shall go forth to purify myself from the bonds of this earthly prison. What
Indeed.
joyous day. Good one.
Oh, good Friar Bertrand.
It is Bertrand.
Aye, I see that it is. Thou hast been speaking with my husband.
Indeed, he sought my counsel for better understanding how one might live a life befitting of the Lord's earth.
Aye, but he does live such a life, my good friar. Dost thou not know that he sits upon his throne? Albeit a duke should not sit upon a throne, but as the king does not know of such faults, we live in happiness.
Nay, indeed, wherever a man may sit may be a throne if he is to rise to God's light. For the throne of earth is but to shine in the light of God.
Aye, but is there no brighter shine than on the throne of a king chosen by God? Surely he doth sit on a throne made by his own men at this very hold, and yet perhaps there is more for our duke. Much more. A ravenous hunger could envelop him, and suddenly all of Christian nations bow before him. And then, what shall he be but sitting at the right hand of God? Oh, I speak of
Blasphemy,
God.
all blasphemy. Nothing but blasphemy. All your words, blasphemous.
You say blasphemy. I say ambition.
Indeed, for
As the fool doth say, tomato, tomato, translated from the Latin, quid tomatis pro tomatis.
if we would turn to such Latin heresy, we might also take consideration of Pythagoras.
Ah! Pythagoras you speak
We need
of.
talk no more of it, for we all know what Pythagoras said.
As I am a woman of manners, I have not spent as much time as said friar in the ways of learned men, so tell me of Pythagoras, dear one, as I sit upon my husband's throne.
Nay, did I hear speak of pies?
Nay,
Pythagoras, dear.
Pythagoras.
Oh, I know nothing of that.
Lady, I would help to save you from yourself. You doth enjoy the wine in too great a quantity. The Duke has brought me here to bring such counsel as I would think would be delighted upon people such as yourself.
Wine was meant to be enjoyed. Life was meant to be enjoyed. I am sure that Pythagoras had such teaching. If you would but indulge me on his theories, perhaps I may learn more.
That is neither here nor there.
Aye, but it is here, and there, and everywhere, if thou dost think that such a teaching would lend my mind a more subtle charm.
I hope you will forgive me. I am late for my latest prayer. That I do hourly, daily, yearly, lifetimely.
Then perhaps we shall meet at another time and speak of this Pythagoras and his theories. This friar does not know his place. Am I not the daughter of a noble, married to a noble, and as such have sworn fealty to my noble? It is my noble heritage that keeps me in such a place, and a wonderful place it is, and yet I do thirst for so much more. The very cuticles on my hands scream nobility, and rather than letting them fall onto the dusty ground where the peasants walk and the sheep relieve themselves in the muck and the mire, I take them into mine own body and let them restore the minute nobility left as I sit in this ill-begotten place. My husband brings monks to rid the world of its evils. The evil is in lying still. and not consuming all that there is to be gained from the riches of others. And as such, this friar shall fear my way. My husband does love his wife dearly, and he shall take her counsel. And perhaps then these monks will be but a bloody footprint left in the wake of the once Duke and future king.
Again you go to the church.
Aye, that I had need for time and prayer of thought. Remember thou our first war against the Saracens?
I shall never forget such a thing.
Aye.
You literally bit the toe of that Saracen general and held it in your mouth for three nights.
Aye, that I would teach him not to mess with the English, but...
Oh, we did drink heavily that night, but what of it? Why do we find ourselves in this cloistered cave of
Remember thou
sacrament?
thy first kill?
Yay, I remember my first kill. It was a fat boy. Stick him from behind, as if he would pop like a blister.
And did he plop as such blisters do?
No, he mostly moaned. It was a terrible sight. I had to bludgeon him with a rock.
'Twas in that Saracen war, a young boy, no more than 13, full of spit and anger. Did he come wielding scimitar at me in fury? Swipe of my sword did I dispatch him, but a boy, never known he love of woman, never known he the beauty of a child, that I had robbed him of his... Nay, the friars are right. These earthly tools are of soiled measures, and I will know more of them.
My fellow Duke, you are plagued. Such things are common. We have gained victory, and thus we have returned home. And though we have grown accustomed to the cry of war and the screams of dying men, to be brought with just the sound of crickets and pleasant sounds from the villages below, we think we are in a lost place. Yea, we think it even hell, or that we escaped such. But do not deny who you are. You are a duke. Pick up your sword and lead.
That I would lead my people, and I will lead my people, but I will no longer lead my people at edge of blade.
My lord! My lord! Forgive me for interrupting on thy way to prayer. We have heard from the spies at the edge of town, who sit upon the wall, that the Saracen army approaches.
The Saracens return?
Aye, Saracens this far north? Surely, boy, they are mistaken.
No, my lord, truly, the guards have seen their smoke from their fires, right outside our gates.
Blasphemy, only Saracens use fire. Then it is true.
Indeed, and we hear their calls, loud and triumphant. Saracens march! Saracens march! We hear it day and night.
That sounds like Saracens march to no rhyme.
And only thus Saracens march by shouting their own names.
They are a crafty, deceptive bunch.
Aye.
Shall we assemble the troops, my lord?
That is far beyond your station, boy. Go back and relay this message to other nobles. I shall consult with your duke.
Indeed. Sorry, my lord.
Now do you see? God has placed the sword back in your hand. Or will you greet them pacified?
Perhaps as Christ would.
Yea! All this speak of Christ! I did not spend many years in a monastery, but I know when Christ returns, he shall do so with sword in mouth. Not exactly the best place for it, but still!
Nay, one would imagine a sword in sheath would be more practical. I know not what is meant by sword in mouth. Perhaps he has come to take the swords from our hands. Go, prepare the men.
I shall prepare my own men if Saracen be at our door. I shall return to my dukedom and rally my men. And should you greet them as a pacifist or as the warrior that you are, I shall join you likewise. Until we meet again.
Thank thee, honored brother. Good father, come. Have you heard of the heathen at our door?
Indeed. 'Tis a dark day when such heathen masses surround us.
What am I to do, father? That I had forsworn blade, I had forsworn the shedding of blood, and now here they come back for me. The sins of my past, the ghost of that boy, are now at my gates, and I know not what to do.
Nay, this is but a cleansing of this heretical city. I bring you no solace. I tell you now that I leave with my monks.
You would abandon me thus, father?
Indeed, for it is certain that the blight of God is on this town! Nay, never! We would not stand with you! You will all be slaughtered! Everyone's going to die! God wills it! Do whatever you're going to do! I'm out of here!
So soon, good father. But we have yet not talked of Pythagoras.
No, Janessa, my holy calling doth call me.
Your holy calling, good
Indeed, straight out I must a pilgrimage to the Holy
friar.
Land.
But good friar, Pythagoras is a mystery to me and forever shall be if thou dost not share your wisdom. Or art thou afraid of something more sinister? Perhaps of your friends the Saracen gaining the upper hand and you still being here.
I believe if we look to the Latin philosophers, we would again find solace in knowing that it is completely apt to regroup in a different country.
Is this what Pythagoras says?
Nay, I should imagine it is a Euclidean theorem of some kind.
Do you find my nearness distracting, father? I know it is not womanly, and yet I find myself compelled to hold you closer.
Nay, this cloak was blessed by the Pope!
And so it entreats me to hug you further, as a member of the clergy would. My dear husband, dost thou not know that this good friar has been ministering to the Saracen camp these 3 weeks? Oh, my shoulders!
May the Saracens drink your blood, spit on your face, and then cut off your legs! 'Tis but a flesh wound. But you're remembering!
I find it hard to hold my cup.
Good wife! Good wife, no!
'Tis but my shoulders!
Okay. Good wife! Ow! Thou have fallen upon me!
Nay, my lord, no!
Someone help me with the queen! The duchess!
'Tis not what you think!
I come on behalf of the notary. I'm so sorry.
No, nay!
Ow!
Good wife, is it bad?
It's my shoulders!
My lady Duchess is bleeding.
It is the Saracen cruelty.
Tis exactly the topic I come to speak of, my lord. The Saracens have made it to the nunnery. I had escaped, but they made it through into the abbey.
And thus
They have
the
smashed
nunnery.
the relics.
And thus the nunnery is finally penetrated.
Will thou live, good wife?
I will live, though stooped. My good sir, this friar is part of a plot on your lands.
They had poisoned my ears.
'Tis too scary to look.
Such darkened and horrible visage that would betray us to the Saracen.
And what is a friar but a man of God? And who is God's right hand but the king? My good husband, I fear that the exalted one does fear your station, and as such,
fleshy. It's a sword, yeah, it's a bit-
Dost thou not know what thou must do?
I must kill the king.
Who is in bed with the Saracen whores, who would take your land and their riches, which should be ours and England's. They should be that of God's true right hand, a man with a good heart, a man who should sit upon a throne and know that he is the light that shines through all the kingdom.
Yes, good wife that you had.
Careful.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's fine right now, just a
Boom.
little higher. That's it.
So,
Done.
okay. Just want to find the boundary.
Wilt thou do what thou must, husband?
Yes! Yes, I will not dally any longer. I will not delay. I will take my men. I will meet with my brothers in arms, and I will ride. And I will ride to slay these Saracen dogs once and for all. Good wife.
Good husband.
That I had no love for thee.
Oh,
That's on me.
Go thou, husband, and ready your troops. I will see you when battle is done.
Yea.
First pick up thy sword.
Vile.
Hold thy metal close, as if your own manhood.
Well, it doesn't come off.
Begone, sir.
I have Saracen to fight.
And friar, though my shoulders be wounded, thou art dead. And so go I to clear my head. Aw, that didn't stick.
I love killing Christians, I do it every day, because I am a Saracen and I do not rhyme. Lady Nun, hast thou sent the message to your good Duke?
Indeed, I have.
Oh, good, and his reply?
I did not have time to catch a reply. He was laid on top of his wife. I wished not to tarry.
These Christians are a sinful bunch. We come at their door, we burn their wood, we kill their women, and they lay atop their wives. Such gluttony is sinful, to say the least. Would you not agree?
Oh, yes, most fervently.
Very well. So you did not tell him I would like to meet him in honorable combat?
I think I did.
Thou either didst or didst not.
Pardon me, my lord, I was so overcome with fear, and I know not what I told him. I told him the Saracens were here, and that they entered the nunnery, and they smashed our relics, and all I escaped with was this mask of St. George.
Aye, St. George? I know him well. He is a blasphemous idol.
Oh no, my lord, he did defeat the dragons and save the Christians.
Did he defeat the dragons and save the people of Islam?
Probably.
Then I shall take the helmet.
Oh no.
I shall take it back to Jerusalem for my king. Thou hast done all that I have asked thee, and you may leave.
Thank you, my lord.
I'm a Saracen and I kill nuns because it's lots and lots of something.
It is fortunate, good Duke, that I slipped past the Saracen blockade.
Ah, yes, good noble king.
Yes, indeed. My forces lie just up the hill.
Do they?
So, if we create a diversion, and my troops can join up with yours, we can crush them in a great English battle!
Aye, lord, yes. Strategy is keen in your mind.
Indeed.
That you would outflank them? Is that what you were going for?
When I did inherit this throne, some say I would not be fit to rule. They would say that my younger brother would be a better king than I. But nay, for I am older, so much older and so much handsomer.
Thus, my lord, and I have heard disturbing rumors, my lord, of the Saracen men, that they have come this way, that I would not have weary and traitorous ears over here, for none can trust these walls. Who knows what manner of traitor hides among them? 'Tis my heard that the Saracens have made alliances with the kings of different European lands.
Oh,
such as
different
England.
European lands. Nay, not England. I'm the king of England.
I am thus a traitor.
Oh, this is what pain feels like.
Thy first taste of battle, boy?
Nay, I should think my last.
Yes. Treacherous scum. I am now king of England, and I shall sit upon a throne. Yes, I shall sit upon this golden English throne with my beauteous wife before me, and the Saracens shall see what they have come to reap, and they will know fear and flee. Will they not know fear and flee? Ah, they will! They will know that all men have darkness within them, and a sword flick can draw it right out.
Dost thou know why we must exercise in such a way?
I know not such things. I am an Englishman, not a Saracen spy.
Them Saracens, they got a little chant when they do their marching.
They do, but they
Oi.
never rhyme, it seems.
Why ain't we got one?
Well, I am not a Saracen spy, but I know that rhyming is blasphemous under Allah, he who is praised.
How do you know that if you're not a Saracen spy?
Yeah, because they say that when I stab many Saracens with my sword.
Sounds right. Right, sounds right. You are the learned one of this bunch.
Oi.
I ain't got no learning.
Only learning I ever did was at the end of a fishing pole.
It is a great wonder how you ignorant Englishmen defeat the Saracens time and time again, despite their superior knowledge of medicine and economics, battle strategy and philosophy.
Aye, but we have knowledge of Pythagoras.
Boy,
That's what the monks say.
Oh, right. Of course, if you ask me what it's about, I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Any Englishman knows he's protected under Pythagoras himself.
Is that how it is? Is he like a patron saint of our country?
Yeah.
Oh, you taking notes?
no, I would not take notes of such a casual conversation between good Englishmen. Brown and Moorish we be, I mean pale and white.
Pale and lily white as they come, almost translucent, they say. It is this white skin that shines like the brightest, whitest snow-peaked mountaintop, that does glisten like a dewy drop from a virgin's eye.
Aye.
That's lovely.
Such loveliness like the white sands of the Sahara, at which one could mount their Arabian horse, the most superior of horses, and ride out through the deserts to ancient Cairo and Memphis to look upon the stones that have stood for centuries, built by the jinn according to Allah, he who is praised above all.
Cairo, is that in Kent?
Oh no, it's in Wessex.
That makes sense.
Oh.
Well, all I know is God bless the Queen and God bless any true Englishman.
of all high and help Sir Saladin slay the infidels.
Wait a second. Wessex, you said?
Wessex, yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I must tell my king.
My king,
Yes.
our troops are assembled.
Good. Now we shall teach the Saracens the error of their ways. Go. Prepare the good wife.
Just getting a stoop. I'm sorry. Getting a stoop. Accent comes and goes when I drink.
The men are assembled. Shall I?
Yes, yes. And send for my brother. Not my actual brother, my little brother.
Indeed, I'll
The Duke
call
of-
to him, though he has not been seen since he left these lands before.
Have none seen the Duke of Warwick?
No, sir.
Strange, he swore to me that he would return if battle be needed.
Nay, I'll seek him out.
Go, present thyself to the men and get them prepared, for we march.
My dear husband, I seem to have lost my crown. Which is a curious thing, as it doth typically sit atop my head, day and night.
Thou art far into another stoop, good wife.
Not far enough, say I. But what of the missing crown? 'Tis not an omen.
Nay.
A crown is but a gilded thing that sits atop a head for a time until it doth fall from a head. And as it falls, loops in and around itself, sitting on the ground, headless.
My lord!
Yes.
News from the front.
What?
Your good friend, your comrade in arms, he stands
Behind me?
What have you... Page! Good page boy, dost thou live?
When I was a boy, there was a field where I did with the maid share a kiss. One moment of bliss and death.
Why do people keep falling on me?
It is I, the Saracen general. I have entered your keep. I have slayed your guard. I have killed your messenger. Now will you meet me in combat?
Aye, that I had forsworn combat to be a good Christian, and thus I know I must meet barbarous creatures such as thine in battle.
You speak of barbarity when you
Aye.
slew your own king, when you slew your own clergymen,
Aye.
when you left all of your people for us to raise as if so much chaff among the wheat, and you speak of me of barbarism.
Aye, I speak of thee of barbarism. That the king was unfit for crown? That my priests were false? This is England, sir. It is a land of pure people, honest, virtuous, and with God.
Pray,
Would you not do that while I am yelling at the Saracen?
My apologies, my lord. I have sworn fealty.
Thank thee, wife.
forgive me, noble enemy, but I must intrude upon thee.
What?
Who filled thy head with such silliness?
This is the land of England.
No,
It is the truth of said land, sir.
that your king was false, that your clergymen were deceptive.
Are you not a man? You should fight like one. This man doth wish to take your throne, wish to take your riches, and as such, you should take sword in hand and ram it through a Saracen. What is a Saracen but a fiend? An ungodly, unchristian fiend.
Aye, ungodly and unchristian in desire,
Where does that look at
and
this?
wilting in loyalty. That this barbarian from across the land would speak to me true, and thus you, wife? Thus you would lie to me?
I do not lie, sir. I have sworn fealty to you, my husband. All that I do is for you, my lord.
Standing upon my throne in my crown!
It was here. I needed to stand.
To stand above me.
I shall leave you but a moment.
Nay, move not, Saracen! Wife and I, 5 minutes.
This is why we have them in shawls.
Is there truth to this, good wife?
There is truth that he is a fiend and a villain who does wish the death of good Christian England. Dost thou not know? If I stand upon your throne, it is because I believe in such a thing.
That thou hast deceived me for too long, wife.
It's all one.
That was not 5 minutes. Your wife, rest her soul, did speak falsehoods. I did not come to your lands to destroy Christendom. Nay, I come to avenge the death of my brother. He was a boy, no more than 13 years, who you had struck down as he did attempt to flee, holding my scimitar in hand, to take to the temple to be blessed. I attempted to retreat with your original king, and he told me to bring these matters to you. When I attempted to enter your temple to seek some kind of semblance of safety there, your monks did strike my men, and thus I retaliated in like force. They, however, being nothing more than monks, fell at our hands. Every attempt at peace I have made has been met with violence on your part. And yet I am barbarous.
Come, Saracen, have some of this blood for thee, that it had brought me no joy. But I am King of England.
Is this the English, my general?
Yes, good
That so
Saladin.
laugh at death and defeat?
Does he offend you, my king?
Oh, 'tis barbarous.
Then let us bind him in chains and return him to Jerusalem, so that all faithful can see the barber of the men of the north.
And I am the King of England.
He does act as if a jackanape.
Indeed.
What, good Saracen, have you no mercy that you will not slay me here upon my throne?
I shall not kill those weaker than myself. I am not thee. Let us take what we can from this place and leave. We will send some boy to lock him in chains.
Indeed. Who knows? Perhaps we can get a pretty price for his head from the Spanish.
Am I not too late? Oh, crap, I'm too late.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We are the Mechanicals, and we shall leave you with the huzzah. Join us. Huzzah!
We'd like to say thank you to Coup Comedy for having us out. We're from Fullerton, California, so if you ever want to see a show, we do them once a month on Thursday nights.
Yes. Check us
That's
out on
all.
Facebook. Thank you.